guys, I hope you guys are having a great start to your new year. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how I set up my month of February in my bullet journal, and I'm also going to be showing you guys a flip through of my month of January. So yeah, basically this is my new bullet journal for the year if you guys haven't already seen. I have a video showing how I set up this whole journal in a past video from last month. So if you guys want to check that out, I have a ton of cool pages in the beginning, and I show you guys how I painted this watercolor for January. But basically I did this watercolor and ink floral design for my monthly calendar, and it was really fun to paint it. I knew I wanted to base this whole spread off of the indigo color, so I kind of kept that up on this side of the page. And I just did my important dates section like I usually do, and my notes section. But yeah, this is just a great way to keep a kind of log of everything I need to do over the month, so I can quickly just slip back to the page and it's easy for me to see. And I did my expense tracker and Etsy tracker, which I didn't really use, but I like to include them every month just in case I want to use them, but sometimes I just don't really need them. On these pages, I did my New Year's spread, so on the top I just pasted in this craft paper and I wrote New Year's in my favorite gold pen. It is the Pen Touch 2mm pen. And by the way, I'll have all of the items that I mentioned in this video in the description. That way it's easy for you guys to find everything I use in this video. But yeah, as you can see, I did a lot of writing and I kept this up actually throughout the whole month. So you'll see on the next page too, I went to Seattle to visit my sister, so I wrote a whole page about that. And on the right side, I did a little moon design that was actually inspired by this ceramics artist that I follow on Instagram. Her name is Allison Freithheim, and I'll link her in my description, but I used the Payne's Gray Winsor Newton brush pen for the blue part, and for the gold I just used that gold like before, but I really like how it turned out. And then on this page, so over the month I didn't do many weekly spreads, I would say. I wasn't really doing to-do lists or anything, so I just wanted to keep this page a place where I could write down all the things I needed to do for the week or, you know, long term. And then in the middle I just did this random ink drawing with some florals around a diamond. And then this page was kind of based off of my interest in macrame. I really want to start making them. I just need to like get all the materials, but instead I just drew it in my journal for now, and this whole spread was kind of based on that. And then here I put a lyric from one of my favorite artists, and I usually don't put quotes because I kind of find them a little cheesy sometimes, so I like to put lyrics instead. And then here I have my Disneyland spread from when I went to Disneyland with my sisters and my mom. I wanted to do a Disney princess kind of sketch or drawing on the right side, and so I did that, but I wanted to add my own kind of art style to it, so I added the flowers, and I kind of stuck to like the same color scheme that I was doing throughout this whole month. And then here I have my new stickers that I actually just put in my shop on the same day that this video is going up. So I want to do this every time I make a new sticker set. I want to kind of make like a page for it, put the date and the name that I'm going to call it. So I did that. And then on the right side I did this mountain drawing, and I kind of wanted to base it off of the sticker set so it kind of like looked good all together on the page, but I did that sketch pretty fast, so I kind of want to do a more detailed version at some point, maybe in watercolor. So these next few pages are a ton of writing because it was kind of like a getaway weekend before I started grad school. So I kind of wanted to write out everything we did. We went to Half Moon Bay and San Francisco on those days, did a 17-mile drive from Monterey to Carmel along the coast. I put the little pamphlet that we got in there because we stopped at a lot of these stops along the way, so it'll be cool to look back at it later. And then we went along Highway 1 and drove to Big Sur. I just did this quick little sketch of a bridge we passed along the way, and on the right side I did this cute little quote that I wrote in sans serif lettering, and I really want to start doing that more. I kind of messed it up, but I want to practice it more because I think it looks really good on a page. And then I just pasted in basically all the pictures we took. And then this was the last page of our little getaway. If you guys are ever traveling along Highway 1 in the Big Sur area, definitely go check out this place. It's called Mickway Falls, and basically what it is this overlook over the ocean, and there's basically this waterfall that goes right onto the beach, and it's just really, really cool to see. So yeah, that was the end of my January pages. Now I'll show you guys how I set up my February little calendar page. So basically I'm going to be doing a watercolor, so I got my watercolor paper out, and I'm taking this lid to one of my candles actually, because I have a circle template, but it doesn't have as big of a circle that I need, so I just used this to draw a little moon. I kind of wanted to have this moon with a little mountain range in the background, so I'm just going to sketch that out, and I'm basically just taking inspiration from the sticker set that I made that I showed you guys earlier, and I kind of wanted to theme it the same theme as that. So yeah, that's where I got kind of the inspiration to do this. So now that I've sketched that out, I'm going to take my watercolor palette. It's a little messy, but it works. It's basically mostly Winsor & Newton Cottonman watercolors, and I'm going to do a full video of all the watercolor tubes I have that I use, kind of showing you guys my favorite watercolors that I use, and also all the numbers of my brushes. So yeah, I'll save that for a later video, but basically I'm just mixing some indigo, some Payne's gray, and some green together, and I'm getting this color that I have here. And I like to focus, you know, darker colors in certain areas, lighter on the top in this case, but you can do whatever you want really. So now I'm going to test out some of my Fine Tech Gold watercolor paints. I haven't used these very much. Like, I got them, I think maybe 7 months ago or so, and I was super excited to use them, but I just haven't found the right time and place to use them, I guess. But this time I'm going to cover the moon with this kind of yellowish gold color, and I think it'll really make it stand out and look shiny. If you guys haven't heard of these paints before, I'll link them in the description, but basically they're these watercolors that are actually shiny, so it's actually like a glittery, shiny, metallic color, which is really cool because you don't really see many metallic watercolors out there, and it looks really, really awesome for stuff like this. So it's kind of fun to do. I just never know when to use it, but this is like the perfect time to actually use it. Right now it looks a little splotchy, but I'm going to go back in and even it out, and actually once it dries it's a lot better. So yeah, this is what it looks like in the light, and it's just super, super pretty. I love the sheen on it, but yeah, I definitely want to use these more. So now I'm going in with my Uni Pen pens, and I'm doing the outlines of the mountains, and then I'm just going to draw in some ridges of the mountains, and it's just going to make it kind of look structured and show where the ridges lie on them. Now that I'm done with that, I'm going to add in some trees to the front just to make it look a little more interesting. When I'm drawing these trees, I'm just kind of making my hand very loose and almost jittery, and that's how you get that kind of random effect to the branches and the leaves. So yeah, that's kind of generally what I do. I just try not to think about it too much, and I just go in and kind of do a almost like, it's kind of like a stippling, only you're moving your hand back and forth. And then I just outlined the moon, and this is how that little painting turned out. Now that I'm done with that, I thought it was kind of missing something, so I'm just going to add some little string lights or stars to the top, and I'm going to fill those in with ink. So now that I'm done with my painting, I'm going to take my Black & Decker laser level to use for line reference, and I'm going to fill in my little February calendar. I'm just using very minimal lettering for the lettering of February, and then I'm going to go on the bottom and fill in my little calendar. And before this, I scanned it so I could make blank copies if I wanted to in the future. A lot of people like blank copies from when I put it in my shop, so I like to do that. And it's nice if you ever mess up or anything, then you can easily get back your painting without having to completely redo it. And I actually did mess up here, and I had to totally erase the dates that I put. I don't know why, I always mess up on calendars. I just can't do it for whatever reason, and I literally mess up again right here, knowing that I just messed up, and I still did it. Anyways, I am taking my white Uniball pen and I'm going over any little marks or mistakes that I may have made, and I'm just gonna tap over them with my finger to kind of blend them in with the painting. And that's kind of how I mask the mistakes, I guess, in this case. So once I'm done with that, I'm gonna put it in my page, and I'm going to paste this in with my Tombow dual-sided tape, which I'll link in the description for you guys. But yeah, I use this to paste all of my stuff in basically. It works super well and it's really easy. I'm super excited about how this calendar turned out. I'm going to put this in my Etsy shop, and I'm going to keep it the kind of same minimalistic lettering that I did. You guys can choose any month you want, but I'll have those in my shop if you guys are interested in that. The ones in my Etsy shop are prints, so they won't have that sheen to it, but I might think about adding a option for that where I quickly add a little bit of the glittery watercolor to it. I don't know, I'll have to think about it, but that might be there. But if you guys end up trying this painting for yourself, definitely tag me in your Instagram photos. I love to see your guys' recreations of it. It makes me so happy. And I just like how each one of you guys have such a different style and a different take on doing some of the paintings that I do. So it's always fun to see everyone's recreations. On the right side, I'm just putting in some of the clear versions of the stickers that I based this painting off of. And I also added a important date section like usual. And yeah, that's all for my cover page. So now I'm going to add a YouTube tracker, and I'm also going to add a Etsy tracker. And I might not use them this month. I'm gonna try to, because I feel like it really helps when I do use them, but sometimes I'm just so busy that it's something that I don't really think about. But yeah, I'm gonna try. And now I'm scrolling through my Pinterest folder. If you guys don't follow me on Pinterest, you can follow me at the link in my description. But basically I have a ton of folders of bullet journal inspiration and also photos that I want to put in my journal. So just now I added 2 photos to my downloads folder that I want to print out. And I'm using this little HP sprocket printer to print them. I usually use my big printer. I just recently got this little sprocket printer and I'm still trying to see if I like it or not. I think it's a super awesome idea. It basically allows you to portably print anything that you want from your phone, and it's super quick and super easy. My only issues with it is that the photos are a little small, which I know they have a bigger version of it that prints bigger photos, But the other thing is that the more recent photos I've printed on it have come out a little weird coloring than I would have liked. So I might return this actually, but it would be good for some people. It's just I already have a good printer that prints in better quality. But yeah, that is my last page of February. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had a ton of fun flipping through my pages from January and showing you guys how I set up my month of February. This next week I'll be putting up a bullet journal tips video, so make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already to see that. Alright, see you guys next time.